Dear children, good morning. In our previous learning session, we have studied about the how would a person feel if he is discriminated. Okay, tell me children. Now I am going to ask you some questions regarding the previous learning session. Yes, how would a person feel if he is discriminated? Yes, tell me. A person who is discriminated against might be resentful and angry. More so if their complaint is also not heard. Okay. What would be the reaction of such a person? Yes, the discrimination might make a person retaliate. Okay, we studied in our previous class, that is retaliate. It's a new term. And speak against particular religion or caste. The person might think that there would be justice for all. Okay. What examples does history provide on the ground of religion? Yes, tell me children. History provides as many examples of discrimination, exclusion and persecution on the grounds of religion. Okay. What happened in Hitler's Germany? Yes, Jews were persecuted in Hitler's Germany. Several million people, mostly Jews, were killed. Okay. Is Saudi Arabia secular? Answer now. No. In Saudi Arabia, non-Muslims are not allowed to build a temple, church, etc. They cannot gather in a public place for prayers. Okay. Name the Jewish state and what it do for their minorities. Yes, last class you studied. Name of Jewish state is Israel. It treats its own Muslim and Christian minorities quite badly. Okay. When do the acts of discrimination take place? The acts of discrimination take place when one religion is given official recognition by the state at the cost of other religion. No one would wish to be discriminated against because of their religion. No one would like to be dominated by another religion. Okay? In India, can the state discriminate against a citizen on the grounds of their religion? Think and tell me, children. That is the essence of this lesson. Yes. What is secularism? Yes, the Indian Constitution allows individuals the freedom to live by their religious beliefs and practices. India adopted a strategy of separating the power of religion and the power of the state. Secularism refers to the separation of religion from the state. Okay. The word secularism was initially used by the British writer George Jacob Holyoake in 1851. What is secularism? All individuals have freedom to live by their religious beliefs and practices. Okay, it's clear? Okay. Now, why is it important to separate religion from the state? Okay, the most important aspect of secularism is separation of religion from state power. This ensures a country to function democratically. Okay, what is democracy? Everything you studied. Okay. The basic aim of secularism is to prevent anyone, whether the state or a group or an individual, from harassing anyone else, group of individuals on grounds of religious belief. In particular, secularism aims to prevent one group within a religious community from overpowering another. Prevent one religious community from overpowering another. Prevent the state from forcing citizens to follow any particular religion or from taking away their religious freedom. This is important for any democracy because a democratic government is supposed to make sure that all citizens are treated equally irrespective of their religious belief. Can you understand? Okay, if the state were to promote an individual religion, people of that religious community could use the power of the state to deprive other communities of the rights. For example, they could have laws passed to ban other communities from owning land or from building places or worship. Some of these things do happen in non-secular states. Violence and other crimes against the other communities are also often avoided because the police and the courts are controlled by the dominant community. Okay, most of the religious communities are divided into groups. For example, castes among Hindus and orders or sects among Christians and Muslims. Okay, that caste basis, among Hindus, and several orders are there, or sects are there in sects, SECTS. Okay, several sections are there in Christians and Muslims. For example, in Hindus there are Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Shaktism and Smartism. These are all the sects are there. In Muslim community there are Sunni Muslims, Shia Muslims, Ahmadiyya Muslims, and Quranists. Several separate segments are there. In Jainism there are Svetambar, Digambar. Okay, these are all the sects are there. In Buddhism there are Hinayana, Mahayana and Vajrayana. Okay, these are all the examples of different views within the same religion. Can you understand, children? Okay. So, there is a risk of one group grabbing another group. Okay. So, for example, Sudan is a country in northeastern Africa. It's an African country. The people of southern Sudan opted means by voting, to break away from northern Sudan in January 2011. One of the reasons was that the Christians and tribals of the south felt that they were being treated unequally by the government, which was controlled by the northern Muslims. The example of Sudan tells how important secularism is for the existence of country like India with many religions. Differences will always be there between different religious communities. Also, there will always be a few people who will use the differences to arouse hatred and intolerance among people, as has been happened on few occasions in India. However, if the state is secular and the people have faith in its fairness towards all communities, the incidents curb down instead of flaring up and threatening the country. Even these unfortunate incidents can be ignored if the spirit of secularism is truly adopted by the citizens and does not end with the measures taken by the state. Dear children, you know very well, India has had a history of several rulers and attacks in the past. You studied in class 6 and class 7, okay, the Sultanate and ancient Indian history, everything you studied. These have led to India having people with varied religious beliefs and faiths. Later, it was in the 18th century, in your history chapter 1 and chapter 2 you studied, when the British East India Company began to gain total control over India, that ideas of secularism began to have impact on the Indian mind. Until then, religion was considered to be inseparable from political and social life. Okay, in civics chapter 1, you studied about the preamble. The original text of the preamble as adopted by the Constituent Assembly did not contain the word secular. The word secular was inserted into the preamble by the 42nd Amendment Act in 1976 of the Indian Constitution. Okay, children? Okay. What are all the constitutional provisions? Secularism in fundamental rights. With a view to translate secularism into fundamental rights, the following articles, okay, These are all the articles exist in the Constitution of India. Article 15, it states the state does not discriminate against any citizen on grounds of any religion. All citizens have equal access to shops, wells, tanks and public places. Article 25 states all citizens are equally free to follow any religion of their choice. Okay. Article 27, no person can be compelled to pay any tax for the promotion of any religion. Article 28 states no religious instruction can be provided in any educational institution wholly maintained out of state funds. Article 29 states that no citizen can be denied admission to any educational institution maintained by the state or receiving aid out of state funds on grounds of religion. Article 30, it states that it provides for the establishment of educational institutions by religious and linguistic minorities based on religion or language. It also prohibits any discrimination in grant aid to any educational institutions run by a religious minority. Okay. The secularism can be identified with the following characteristics. That means the characteristics of secularism. Point number 1, the Indian state is not ruled by any religious group. Can you understand? It also means that India does not have an official state religion. In India, government establishments are not supposed to promote any religion. It implies equal respect for all religious and religious tolerance. Okay, the fifth one is all citizens, irrespective of their religious beliefs, are equal in the eyes of law. People are free to preach, practice and propagate religions of one's choice. They are even free to exist from their religion to embrace another religion. Okay? Okay, children? Okay, now the secularism is Indian form of secularism is different from that of other countries like the America. Okay, in United States of America, the first amendment, okay, note down the first amendment of the US Constitution prohibits the legislator from making laws respecting an establishment of religion or that prohibit the free exercise of religion. For example, in the United States of America, most children in government schools start their day by reciting Pledge of Allegiance, ALLEGIANCE. Okay, this pledge includes words like under God. It was clarified about 6 decades ago that students will not be forced to say the pledge if there is a conflict with religious sentiments. Despite this, still several legal challenges object to this word in the pledge. Okay, children. How is Indian secularism different from other countries? Just think and tell me. Indian secularism differs from the dominant understanding of secularism as practiced in the USA. There is strict separation between religion and the state in American secularism. In Indian secularism, the state can intervene in religious affairs. For example, state intervened in Hindu religious practices in order to abolish untouchability, sati, okay, and dowry system. In Indian secularism, state is not strictly separate from religion, but it maintains a principled distance with the religion. Any interference in religion by the state has to be based on the ideals laid out in the Constitution. Okay, it works in various ways to prevent religious domination. The Indian Constitution guarantees fundamental rights based on secular principles, but sometimes there are violations in these rights in Indian society. Okay, children. Now you tell me, how do we practice secularism? Okay, tell me now. We practice secularism by not having a state religion. giving freedom to people to practice and propagate any religion, protecting people against state and majority community, adopting strategies to separate religion from state. Okay. How does Indian state prevent religious domination? With a principled distance is maintained. Okay, with the principled distance, the Indian state prevent religious domination. The Indian constitution provides certain fundamental rights to prevent religious domination. These rights are sometimes violated. Okay, the state provides constitutional mechanisms to prevent this. Okay, now in France, not in France, this one. In France, in February 2004, the France banned students from wearing that religious symbols or political symbols like Islamic headkerchiefs, Jewish skull cap or Christian cross. Okay, disobeying students had been expelled from their school. The government had to face resistance from immigrants from other countries. Okay. The British, during their rule on India, had formulated or codified laws pertaining to practice within religions on the Indian subcontinent. To this effect, they instituted separate laws for Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Parsis, and other as part of the policy. In doing so, they laid the foundation for a non-uniform civil code which maintains largely the same. Some countries have banned the wearing of veils, means hijab, the head cover by women of the Muslim community. But India has been more sensitive to the traditions and beliefs as long as they do not harm the other people. Okay, for example, the madrasa system of education in the Muslim community is allowed here. Okay, and the Sikhs are not required to wear helmets while driving two-wheelers, while others have to. Okay, thus the laws have been more tolerant to the essence of religious beliefs, and it needs to be understood that secularism is to help and facilitate the citizens to continue in their belief and faith. The model of secularism adopted by the India is more tolerant towards the teachings and preachings of several religions, so that no one in majority or minority community feels threatened by the state, okay, as regards his faith and belief. Then in the 1960s, France had faced shortage of workers and therefore had provided visas for the immigrants, that is people of other countries, to come and work in the country. The daughters of these immigrants often wear headscarves while attending the schools. In February 2004, the France banned students from wearing some controversy some religious, wearing some controversial or religious or political symbols like Islamic headscarf, Jewish skull cap or Christian cross, okay, like that. Disobeying students had been expelled from their school. The government had to face resistance from immigrants from other countries. Okay, can you understand, children? Now, I hope all could have understood the today's topic. I like to give you some points in a nutshell. That is that understanding secularism chapter at a glance. Okay, let us see the chapter at a glance. The first point, the Indian Constitution states that every individual is free to follow and propagate their own religion. Okay, that is the first point. India, in order to keep with this idea of religious freedom for all, separated the powers of religion from state. This separation of religion from the state is known as secularism. Can you understand? This is the first point. Second point, India is one of the most important factors for a country to function democratically. It helps to keep matters of faith separate from the functioning of state to avoid discrimination on the basis of religion. It is also an important tool for people to move out of their own religion, to embrace another, or to interpret religious teachings differently. That is second point. Third point, there are various ways in which the state functions to prevent the domination of one religious community over the other. Some of these ways are: the first one, the state distances itself from the religion by not supporting or propagating any one particular religion or its beliefs. Government spaces like police stations, law courts, and government schools are not supposed to show preference to only one religion. The second way in which the Indian secularism works is through the principle of non-interference. This means that in order to respect the sentiments of all religions, it does not interfere in religious practices. Next point. However, there are times when the state has to intervene in order to bring about justice and prevent harmful practices which have religious sanctions. The abolition of untouchability is a good example of Indian Constitution taking steps to end a social practice that discriminate against people. Okay. The state also intervenes in the form of support by granting rights to religious communities to set up their own schools and colleges. Financial aid is also provided to these communities on a non-preferential basis. The last point is Indian secularism deviates from the popular understanding of secularism by intervening in matters of religion if required. This interference, however, has to be based on the ideals laid out by the Constitution. It is through these ideals that we can judge the state is adhering to the principles of secularism. Okay. Now, the lesson is over for today. Dear children, I hope all could have understood the lesson. If there is any doubt, you can text me your doubts to my WhatsApp number. Watch this video many number of times till you understand this lesson. I am sending you questions and answers related to this lesson, complete and send to my WhatsApp number. Okay. Have a good day, children. See you next week. Stay home, stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you.